Here are 9 greens you didn't know you could eat. You may know of some of them, but do you know them all? And there are a lot more. I just want to give you the top ones. Some of you may already know that beet tops are edible. Not only are they edible, they're really good for you and are packed with nutrients. So beets are known for cardiovascular support, for heart support, for even blood support, blood sugar support, iron. Same with the greens. You just get more of the antioxidants and chlorophyll in there, and they're really yummy too. So they're very similar in taste to spinach, and how you would cook with them is a little bit more like you would with kale. Super good. Anytime you have root vegetables in their tops, you want to take the tops and the roots and separate them to store them separate. That way the bottom isn't continuously pulling nutrients and making the top all wimpy flimpy, and same with the bottom, so that then you don't have rubbery produce. So beets, we love those beet greens. Another one you may know about but may not have tried or been afraid to are carrot tops. Carrot tops are great. So you can do the tops of your carrots, but I usually tell people do it in smaller doses. They have a little bit of a bitter bite to them. So bitter is good for digestion. It really stimulates things in the bile duct and the gallbladder and the stomach juices going, and that's actually good for us. In America, we don't eat enough bitters. Really good for you. But if you want to use it and cut that bite, you can cut it with an acid like tomato or lemon or even apple cider vinegar while you're cooking with it. I make a great pesto out of the carrot tops and also a chutney. So yummy. So don't waste those. Again, store them separate from the bottom so that they last longer. So we have beets, we have carrot tops. What about radish tops? Yes, the tops of your radish. They may not look as happy, but they're certainly edible, and they do have a spice to them. Yeah, I like popping that spice into my foods, but I will steam mine. Occasionally I'll cook them, and that way it cuts some of the spice, but you still get the good nutrients in there and that pop of flavor. It's a great way to add just a little bit in there. Typically I'll add just a few at a time, chop it up small. You can even chop it up small like parsley and just call it some accoutrement like parsley or a spice, and people would probably never know they're getting really good nutrients in there for them. And most radish tops are really good for digestive as well. So we got radish tops. That includes all radishes, daikon, black Spanish radish, your watermelon radish, your red radish, all of them are great. So turnip tops, kind of in the same family, but turnip tops are great. They're also gonna have a little bit of a bite to them, slightly different than radish. They're a little bit bigger. They're really yummy, and you can use them just like you would kale or chard in any of your recipes. Again, just remember, it's gonna have that little pop of flavor in there, which is actually pretty good usually. The other one that you may not know about is kohlrabi. Again, still kind of in that family. We are looking at the kohlrabi tops, and they're really good. They're a little bit milder than the radish or the turnip for flavor, so they're a little more easy to put into any of your dishes without a strong, overwhelming flavor. I really do like them. They're a little stronger and a little heartier. Like spinach can be kind of light and flimsy, and you're not doing much. If you steam them, it's 60 seconds, that's it, right? But your kohlrabi tops are much harder and heartier, more like collard greens. And that's how I kind of substitute them in there, which is great. Another one is sweet potato greens. Yes, you can eat your sweet potato greens. Great for the skin, great vitamin E, great for so many things for the body. Amazing nutrients. Just remember, when you're eating the greens, the bottoms aren't necessarily growing if you're trying to grow them, because the way that they grow, the bottom is the greens go up, and then when the greens die, the bottom is done. So that's another one that you can eat you may not know about. And then of course, here's one that surprises a lot of people, are broccoli. You can eat the leaves around the broccoli bulb, and that works really well. They are more like collard greens or kale or chard, very hearty, great flavor because it's mild. So these are a really good option for you. Don't throw those away. They're really good fiber. Sometimes the stems can be really thick, and so I'll just cut those off, or the vein in the middle. Another one is going to be your cauliflower greens. Yep, the cauliflower leaves that grow around the bulb in the middle. are also edible, and I actually love the flavor. They're a little bit sweeter and really good nutrients. Again, full of a little bit more fiber because they're tough, and they're great wraps. If you're going to make something like a collard green wrap that you may steam, I would do that with my cauliflower instead of a collard green wrap, and it's really good. Again, the middle vein may be really tough, so you may want to cut that part out. At our house, we go ahead and steam it, chop it, and eat it. We love it. So the other one I just want to mention, because it kind of is a broader category, is dandelion leaf. You can eat the leaves off the dandelions growing out in your yard, as long as you're not getting it and harvesting it right off of the street by pollution that's going by, and your neighbor's not spraying it with lots of chemicals, right? But the leaves are really good. Again, it's a little bitter, so it's gonna have a bite to it, but amazing for the liver, the gallbladder, digestion. So good for you. It's actually a powerhouse. There are a lot of other greens and weeds around here that you can eat too. That's why I included that one. So just remember, all these really yummy greens, don't throw them away. Don't waste them. They're great nutrients. Start eating them and exploring good new recipes. Remember guys, natural healing is totally doable.